Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1970 Seattle Pilots What If Scenario. Today's matchup is between the Minnesota Twins and the Seattle Pilots at Brainiac Stadium. On the mound for the Twins today is Dave Boswell, whose record is 1-1 with a .438 ERA. And pitching for the Pilots today is John Gelnar, whose record is 1-1 with a .463 ERA. Okay, we got plastered again yesterday, 8-3 by the A's. There were 3 home runs in the first inning, 3 solo shots, and that was pretty much it. We did manage to get a couple runs on the board toward the end of the ball game, but it was too little, too late. And now we welcome the Twins to town, and I don't mean Mary-Kate and Ashley. This is a team that's hitting a lot of home runs, and they have what I would say is 3 solid starting pitchers. So we're going to see Dave Boswell today. We'll do a little deep dive on him. He was the Cy Young Award winner in our our 69 sim last year. So he's coming off a Cy Young Award, and he's off to a decent start. So let's go ahead and get started with today's ball game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. We took some suggestions from the comments yesterday. We mixed up the batting lineup. We'll show you that here momentarily. John Gelnar gets the nod. Says here that he has yet to face the Twins. That doesn't feel right, but also Dick Bates, who pitched three innings in relief yesterday, is unavailable. Everybody else is good to go. Here's our lineup versus Dave Boswell, who is a right-hander. So we've mixed it up a bit. Now, you may remember last year, Tommie AGEE batted cleanup for quite a while during the season. We tried to give him a shot to be our leadoff man this year, and he just could not get it done. I mean, yes, we are only 2 weeks into this season, but I just feel like he tends to perform better when he's somewhere in the middle of the lineup. He doesn't get on base enough to steal like how we would like him to steal. And because he's not getting on base, he's not even scoring runs. So he's not really a catalyst in the way that we need him to be. So we're going to drop him down today into the number 3 spot and let Freddie PATEK take a crack at leading off. He's our second fastest base runner. His numbers aren't much better, but he did have a better batting average and on-base percentage last year than AGEE did. So it's not going to hurt to give him a shot. Otherwise, our batters are the exact same as in the series versus Oaktown. Okay, let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Minnesota Twins. Batting leadoff, playing second base is Ron THEOBALD. Batting second in center field is Ted UHLAENDER. Batting third at first base is Rod CAREW. Batting cleanup in left field is Charlie MANUEL. Batting fifth at third base is Graig NETTLES. Batting sixth at shortstop is Leo Cardenas. Batting seventh in right field is Jim Holt. Batting eighth is the catcher John Roseboro. And batting ninth is the pitcher Boswell. All right. We'll take a look at John Gelnar, making his 3rd start of the year. He is 1-1 with a .463 ERA, 6 strikeouts in 11 2/3 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .267 against him. His fastball tops out at 90 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 46.1%. He's only got one decent pitch. That is the fastball, rated an 80. Overall rated a 75. The 26-year-old right-hander is arbitration eligible at the end of next year. Looking at his log, he did not give up a home run in his last start. That was at Memorial Stadium. So he managed to stick around long enough to get the win. He gave up 2 home runs versus the White Sox at home. That's our problem right now. We're giving up way too many long balls at home. I definitely feel like we have some real struggles ahead of us because of that. Okay, here's our defense today. It's the same as the last couple of games. Second, and of course right field is Bill Robinson, both below league average. And Ron Theobald leading off with his 1972 Topps card. This is the best card from the decade. I love the 72 cards. I think closely followed by the 72 are the 1975 cards. Those are my favorites. So Ron Theobald will pop it short for out number 1. You see they only have 2 home runs in their active lineup. I wonder how many of these are everyday starters. I see that Holt is 0 for 6, so he must be in right field replacing someone else. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. Here's Ted Uhlaender. And Uhlaender flies out to left. So we have the first 2 outs, something that doesn't happen particularly often. And when it does, it's usually followed by a whole flurry of hits. Rod Carew, Hall of Famer, up next with a ground ball to second. And Sutherland will make the play. So a very rare 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first. We go to the bottom half. Let's take a look at our lineup. Batting leadoff. At shortstop is Freddie PATEK. Batting second. In left field is Mike HEGAN. Batting third in center field is Tommie AGEE. Batting cleanup, playing first base is Joe Pepitone. Batting fifth in right field is Bill Robinson. Batting sixth at third base is Rich Rollins. Batting seventh at second base is Gary Sutherland. Batting eighth and catching is Clay Dalrymple. And batting ninth is the pitcher John Gelnar. Okay, Dave Boswell, as I mentioned, he was last year's Cy Young Award winner. He went 22-6. In real life, in 1970, he went 3-7 with a 6.42 ERA. That is coming off a 1969 season in which he won 20 ball games. He was actually in a fight in 1969 with the manager Billy Martin. This was in August of 1969. Boswell took 20 stitches and Billy Martin took 7 stitches as Boswell was left unconscious in an alleyway. He did manage to start Game 2 of the ALCS, in which Billy Martin let him pitch 10 innings. He was injured, was removed from that ball game, and was never the same, which is basically why he went 3-7 with a 6.42 ERA in 1970. He did make it into the playoffs that year, and when they were celebrating their division title, he got another 23 stitches from a fight with a patron at another bar. So Dave Boswell likes to fight guy. He was basically out of baseball by the 1972 season. The Minnesota Twins cut him after that 3-7 season, and he was signed by the Tigers to begin the 1971 season, whose manager was Billy Martin. So Billy Martin gave him a shot. He pitched 3 games in relief, was cut loose, and was signed by his hometown Baltimore Orioles team, and that is the team he finished his career with. He was done with baseball by the age of 27. All right, so here's the defense for the Twins. Center field is below league average. That's Ted Uhlaender out there. Also, second base is that Ron Theobald guy. Behind the plate is the catcher John Roseboro. And he has a good arm, doesn't he? Yeah, rated 83. So tough to steal on. And here is Freddie PATEK in his first shot to lead off for the Pilots. A 3-1 count, and he pops it up near second base. The shortstop, Cardenas, makes the play. 1 out. Next up is Mike HEGAN, batting .310 with a couple of home runs. Grounds out to second. 2 quick outs for Boswell, and Tommie AGEE, now in the number 3 spot, will take a walk. So we do have a chance to steal. We may as well give it a shot. If you can't steal much from the leadoff role, maybe we can get one here. Going on the first pitch, right down the middle, and he is gunned down. Oh, it's so frustrating. We go to the top of the second, and Charlie Manuel somehow has a 94 power. Probably most famous for being the manager of the Phillies and the Red Sox. He was the manager that left Pedro Martinez in that ball game. And he walks, Gelnar walks Manuel. So that stolen base attempt in which AGEE was caught stealing, that might be the momentum shift as Manuel walks right away. Here's Graig Nettles, 1-1 count. Fly ball to right. And an error. So this game is over. We'll just play it out. 2-0. There's nothing we can do about it. Yep. Like, this is one of those, you know, it's like if you mess something up, if you make a bad decision, the game just absolutely punishes you. And there's really nothing you can do about it. So, I mean, we're just basically, this whole season is basically just going to be us just getting whooped one after another. 2 errors that inning, a 3-run home run. I mean, coming back with a strikeout, another strikeout. Yeah, I mean, we are a very bad team, and there's nothing we're going to be able to do this year other than maybe just getting a whole new team, trading everybody, cutting everybody. The only interesting thing about having, you know, a bunch of scrubs as your players, it is kind of interesting to see how those players perform when you give them a whole season, you know? Like, they probably in real life never had a shot to have a whole season. The pitcher just drove in a run. 7-0. So in that way, I do enjoy, like, letting someone like, you know, Gary Sutherland, you know, bat as often as possible. I mean, why not? The pitcher walks. I mean, this game is so stupid. You're up 7-0, and they're going to walk the pitcher. I also, you know, I tend to wonder, like, how, I've said this the last 3 or 4 games, that we've been completely blown out. But I also tend to wonder, like, because of our short alleys, how come we aren't getting the home runs? Like, they are absolutely crushing us. And we're not getting anything, you know, to even compete with our opponents. I can't believe that run didn't score. Oh, now it will. 10-0. Like, why wouldn't the runner just go to third on his own? Why would they even have to ask permission? You're down 10 runs. Way too little, too late. It is nice to see Robinson jacking a few here. All right, so Gelnar got us through 5. Freddie PATEK is just not giving us anything. I like Mike HEGAN in the number 2 spot. I think that's the perfect spot for him. He does walk a lot. I believe he led our team in walks last year. All right. Well, we've got some lefties coming up, so we'll bring in Ron Luck. Now, you probably remember that our stadium only filled 7,500 seats last year, and most of the games, even when we were in a playoff hunt, we were only getting like 1,500 attendance. So we'll take a look when this game is over. And I'll show you that with our 35,000 seat stadium, coming off what we did last year, we're actually doing pretty well. I think that we should have much more payroll to spend coming up. I feel like there's no point in trying to trade for a top-level starting pitcher. One pitcher's not going to help us. We have Dennis Leonard. We have Dick Ruthven in single A. These are, players who are not going to be ready for, maybe another year after this year. So, I think we just have to be patient. We have, Bill Robinson in right field. He seems to be doing great by our standards. But, there's that Felipe Alou that's out there. Or is it Jesus Alou, I guess? That's a free agent right now. That's 10 strikeouts for Boswell. He would be better than a lot of our players, but, those roles are already taken. And we've already seen that there's nobody else on this team that's, worth trading. We'll give Rich Rollins the rest of the day off. All right. Man. Diego Segui, he's already thrown 9 innings. He has yet to give up a run. So the game is going to forcibly give him some runs here pretty soon. I don't know if it'll be today because we are up 7 runs. So there's no reason for them to get junk runs here. But the junk runs are definitely coming for Diego. Yeah, there it is. So he's going to get his first run up. It's 11-3. This game is so incredibly predictable. Grand slam. (11-3). Jerry Kreider coming into the ball game, representing the White Sox. He's pitched well. 5 outings, 3 2/3 innings. Tommie AGEE. Joey Pep. And Robinson. Going to the ninth. We'll let AGEE, since he's first up next inning, we'll let him wrap it up. No home runs after the 4th inning. So it's like the game front loads all the damage. Oh, Harmon Killebrew. Why is he not even in the ball game? That is ridiculous. I guess because he plays first. We have as many errors as runs. Not the first time this year. Here's Bob Gebbard. He's got a win, but he's pitched terrible. Like we have any right to judge. I guess it's going to be Lou. Nice curveball. And last out. So we lose 11-3. And Dave Leonard is going to miss a majority of the rest of the year. Let's take a look and see who is... Oh, it's paused. Maybe there's some trades here. As it's considering. We'll take a look at our minor league real quick and see who we have. We don't have anybody of value in AAA. So we'll take a look at free agents as well. There we go. Nothing. All right, let's take a look at our pitchers. So Leonard is done. What that really truly means is that Marty Patton is stuck in our rotation, whether we like it or not. Bob Meyer will be back in 12 days. We've got... Well, we could actually... You know what we're going to do? This is a good excuse to get Bruce Brubaker back. Like I said in a previous game, like when you send somebody down, they're not allowed to come back up for, you know, I think it's 2 weeks or 12 days or something like that, unless there's an injury. So we will expedite Bruce Brubaker, and we will send Leonard Part 6 to the DL. We've got, I mean, you can see there, we have Dennis Leonard, we have Dick Ruthven available in single A, but they're not ready for prime time yet. Although, like, their ratings are already higher than two of our starters. So I guess what we'll probably do is we'll use Bruce Brubaker, who's never started a game in the majors, but he does have a 77 endurance. Let's take a moment and look at the free agents pitching. Oops. And yeah, I mean, there's nobody worth even considering. Most of these players on here, most of these pitchers, are all pitchers who were undrafted, so they're all young. Now, Fred Gladding is a pitcher who is just a free agent, unsigned. Otherwise, we have Bob Forsch, who's, I don't know what's wrong with the game here. And then Keith Chauncey and Wilbert Howard. So those are the only actual players that are not 18-year-olds. And Fred Gladding. So there's nobody here. Yeah. I mean, I think we're screwed. We just have to go with what we have. And just kind of bite the bullet. Bob Meyer will be back in less than, 12 days, so less than 2 weeks. There's the standings. We are 4-10, and we are bad. We're not hitting. We're hitting home runs, but they're all solo shots. Take a look at headline news. Yankees and Lytle beat the Royals. Twins win on Boswell's 10 strikeouts. Pretty good performance. Oh, the Twins lose Boswell to a wrist stress fracture. Let's look at the transactions. So that was a double injury. Maybe they got in a fight. You know how Boswell likes to fight. Yeah, stress fracture and a elbow tendonitis. Well, that's not a brawling injury. Wait, I've already kind of forgotten. Did we? Okay, so Phil Niekro, 9 days. I can't remember if we discussed that yesterday. Ken Wright. Oh yeah, we did discuss Ken Wright. Okay, so those two we've covered. Dave Boswell. He's done for a month with a wrist fracture. I'll be fighting the mascot. And Dave Leonard out for 5 months. 155 days. So that was just... I mean, look, we traded for him? I can never remember. It's happened, yeah. So I traded Danny Walton and Jerry May. I would love to have Jerry May back. I'd love to have a May back. But yeah, I wish I had those guys back and didn't have Dave Leonard. But for $15,000, like, in fact, I probably could just cut him and send him to free agency because he's arbitration eligible and there's no point in signing him. All right, let's pull up the box score. Oh my gosh, we are bad. And we are bad at home. Like, I can't wait to get on the road where maybe we have a shot at winning. Let's see, player of the game. It would be so easy for me to say nobody, but let's just take a look here. Yeah, Bill Robinson had a 3-run home run, or he had 3 RBI. It was a 3-run home run, right? Yeah. Okay, so Bill Robinson, it was his 4th. Yeah, the moment that Tommie AGEE got thrown out in the first, that was it. It was over. 3 errors, caught stealing. Diego Segui walked, the bases loaded. Didn't strike anybody out. He had to give up a run, though. I mean, he was well overdue for that. Only 6 of the runs were earned. Dave Boswell gets the win. 2-1. And then he got into a fight. Ted Uhlaender had 2 home runs. God. How many did he have last year? He had 1. He has more home runs today than he had all last year. Again, this is why the game sucks. All right. No point in getting mad. We're not good. And we will be back tomorrow. Play game 2 of the series. Until then, everyone, have a great day.